Greetings, everybody. Let me go post a link on this website. Blah 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 blah. Let's have sounds come out of my face that make no sense. I am going to go post the link to our Baritone Ukulele Christmas Festival of Awesomeness on our website. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com. It's loading super slowly for some reason. Let's go ahead and put uh, the link where it's supposed to go. Control B. It's not. We're not Control now. We're Command. They could have done like, okay, let's just use the same key. Let's all just agree it's either Control or Command or whatever. But no, they had to do it just a little bit different, don't they? Update and update. Remember back when Apple versus PC was the thing? Yeah, that was. We're beyond that now. You'd think that we'd be beyond that by now. I remember when Net was it Netscape wanted to get in a fight with Microsoft because they were putting on their own browser. Remember that? Oh gosh, this world always gotta be something. All right, let's see. Today we're playing Christmas music on the baritone, which is lovely. And I'm going to go tweet it. https://jollyrogerukulele.com. Pops up, tweet. All right, so now we've tweeted. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, so we got that. Ukulele holiday. Know that. Scroll down to the baritone section. Look at all this delightful music we have on here. And guys, will you remind me what song we were working on last so that I don't repeat? Basically, everybody's just like, just play in the bleak midwinter and nothing else. That's what we want. Let's see. So tell me what song we were whether we were going up the list or down the list, where we left off and where we want to go today. I am unsure where we left off. Here's a cool thing that happened. My baritone that I leave here at the studio, I changed strings on it last week, and one of the strings popped. So I am pulled this little guy off the wall. He is a lovely Ohana baritone that I haven't finished setting up. And brief word of advice: if you have white strings, that's not good. Okay, so that's what they put on everything when they're sending it out from the manufacturers these days, because they're like, oh, that's supposed. Everybody says they're the best. They are not the best. They were the best for 5 minutes, and then we figured out these are not that great of strings. So you want to, if you have white strings on your baritone ukulele, you want to fix that situation. And this thing, I did do a little fret dress on it. It feels pretty good. Has a spruce top, real bright and shiny kind of sound to it. But I haven't changed the strings yet. So I will be out of tune all day today, which it doesn't really matter with the way I play, right? Let's see. Cindy, hola, love the cat duck. Yeah, Linda from Hawaii mailed that to me yesterday, and I thought, you know what? That's going right on the website. That's exactly how I feel. Let's see. Linda, good morning, Linda. I know, poor Henry. That wouldn't even work, right? Those of you guys with cats, you know, you could duct tape them to the wall. They'll get off. It won't work. Then you start with green sleeves. Okay, let's do that. Aloha, sounding good. Though it's dreary in Illinois. Yeah, I was thinking, Jack, it's fascinating. Normally, the way a lot of times the Canadian air drops down and freezes you guys solid, but this week it seems like the real mess is headed up to New Jersey and into New York today. So fascinating. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Diane. Good Morning, Connie. All right, let's see. What time is it? It's time to go. All right, so we're going to start with green sleeves, according to Cindy, whom I do not trust. So let's go to grab your green sleeves out and see how we play this one. Um, and let's see what else we have going today. Oh yeah, let's just walk our way down the list. I do think we played. That's right. Okay, good. Let's go play green sleeves. That's a good one to start with. All right. Will it ever not be funny that you guys live north of Colfax? I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever not be funny. Jack lives very far north of Colfax. All right, so I'm playing a new baritone, brand new, out of the box, partially set up, not fully set up yet. I was checking the neck. One of the things that you want to do as you are buying necks is just look down as you're buying instruments. Always just double check the neck. Every neck has some variation in it, almost every neck. I hardly ever look down a neck and it's like, oh, that's absolutely perfect. But you want to be thoughtful. A lot of times on lower price instruments, there'll be a swell right here where the neck comes into the body, and that's not a good thing for an instrumentalist because you do need these notes. And if it's bumping up, then you're going to have problems playing those notes. Now, if it goes down, something like this instrument, there's a very slight descending plane here, which is fine. That's no big deal. Obviously, the straighter the neck, the more pure your tones are supposed to be. But also be mindful you're playing ukuleles and baritones, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Good morning, Vic. All right, green sleeves. Let's grab our chords. Make sure we know how the whether we're going to be able to play chords or not. And I think yesterday we had a little bit of discussion about we have a tendency to when we're playing instrumentally to not work on our chords. I want you to be working on your chords. I want those to be a part of your DNA. I want you to, when you see here, oh, we need to play a D minor, that you don't think about that. You know what that shape looks like. When you get to a B flat, you know what your shape is. Not that one. But that you are that. Because we get a whole lot less formal instruction in baritone ukulele than hardly any of the other instruments. You guys really do have to put in the work to memorize your shapes, especially if you're going to be playing with ukulele players because their shapes are different, right? And so when it says D minor on their paper and you're going to be playing from their paper, their D minor looks way different than your D minor. And so you have to know, okay, that's their D minor, and they have the weird shape, this weird shape that's not right, and so that you would know those. So do spend time every single song you pick up to spend time just studying the chords, making sure you're comfy with them. From the top, 1, 2. What child is there who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds are watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds ward, our angels sing. Haste, haste, our bring him dawn, the baby son of man. Ring. Okay, and then repeat it again. But hopefully all those chords, every last one of those needs to be in your wheelhouse. All of those are coming up. All of those are coming up pretty much every single day you play ukulele. So make sure when somebody says D minor, you know what that looks like. C you should know, right? B flat is a little rarer. But I know it's going to come up a lot because I know how the tragedy that ukulele players live with day after day of the daggone B flat. Your F chord, which is coming up every day, is their B flat, and it comes up a lot. And so you got to know, hey, when I see a B flat, no matter what shape it says on the paper, I have to do that shape, and that should just be part of every single thing that you do as a ukulele player. If you are just a strummer or singer, normally they get pretty good at knowing their chords. But when you're instrumental, a lot of times we don't necessarily work on it, and so we don't get as good at it. We need to be good at it. All right, let's play the melody from the top. 1, 2. Okay. Now, a couple of thoughts on this. I just played the whole thing with my thumb. I have a tendency when I'm playing with my thumb to anchor my hand here because this is where I'm going to be playing everything, and that way it kind of sort of helps me make sure I hit the strings well. And that's fine, right? That's perfectly fine. If you're playing with other people and you're doing an ensemble arrangement or whatever, and you want to be the melody player, playing like this, perfectly fine. It's not ideal. We talked about this the other day. It's not ideal to be touching the top of your soundboard, and so this may be a way to prevent you from doing that. Again, not ideal at all to be even anchoring yourself at all, especially when you have an option. Okay, if you're playing with your thumb, I anchor myself so that my thumb is in the right place. But thumb, while you get a beautiful sound, and as long as you're not in a hurry, it's going to be the way to play. But you also want to be working on playing with your index and middle, and I'll give you a little example of that. I'm not very strong with it myself, but long term, you're going to want to be able to play with these three fingers as your primary melody instruments, and you want to alternate them. And so a good practice one is we're going to do index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, and then just play the melody, and then just make sure you're on the right strings. Now it's okay for your arm to touch the instrument here, but you don't, when you're playing with a claw style, you don't anchor your pinky or your thumb or any of that. It's just hanging out here, and so it's a little bit more technical and a little bit harder way to play. Also will make you much faster, right? And when you get good at it. So let's try index, middle. Just use your index, middle. Every other note is a different finger. So start with your 3. Okay, so there you go. Again, I think very much when you want to get fast, at some point you're going to be really fast on this thing to be very impressive. And the way you're going to need to to be fast is to play in the claw position. And so you want to get where we're plucking the second string with your index finger sounds a whole lot like plucking it with your thumb. Okay, and so it's just a skill you work on. And the way I work on it is by playing the melodies, right? And just work on these 2 fingers and then these 2 fingers. And you can tell I'm not that great at it because I don't work at it enough. But I'm going to get better at it over the next year. That's one of my personal goals, is just to get better at playing this way. And then obviously then to encourage you to do the same thing. So, all right, let's play the tough uke line. Okay, two possible ways with your thumb, right? And it's going to sound amazing. And it's perfectly fine. And then go back the second time and switch over to claw and play it that way. Okay, so that the nice part about claw and baritone is you can assign each string a finger, and you don't really got to move them around very much. And again, not ideal. You're probably better off practicing index, middle, and then having your thumb play the low notes, but not necessarily. That's for sure what we would do in guitar, but in baritone, since you only have four strings and you only have four fingers, it seems like it might work out just to claw the whole thing just in one position. The challenge with that is you end up doing a whole lot of ring when you make that choice, and sometimes our ring is our dumbest. Most of the time, our ring is our dumbest finger, right? He has the most trouble getting the melodies in. Let's give this a try. Thumb first, claw the second time through. And any decorative notes you think you can toss in there, do it and see what happens. 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2. To the top. How about that? How do we play? How are we feeling? How are you feeling? Feeling like you got green sleeves? Green sleeves has now been around, what, 400 years? Something like that. And it's about time you got it learned. It's 1580, 1680, 1780, 1880, 1980, 440 years. You've had 440 years to learn how to play that thing. Okay, let's get on it. Good morning, Lanny. Welcome in. Let's see here. Okay, beautiful. God rest ye merry gentlemen is next up, right? God rest ye merry gentlemen. By the way, I am for better or for worse, on our Twitter account that is hooked up to the Rocky Mountain Ukulele website. We're friends with lots and lots of ukulele players, and lots of them are posting videos. I would like for you guys to feel like, yep, I'm ready to start posting videos. I'm going to start recording videos and posting them on the internet. If you'll do one thing for me, please don't have your thumb here. Please, please, dear God, please, please, please. One of the people that I follow, and we don't really follow them on Twitter, right? You follow them because they followed you, sort of thing, and you're like, whatever. I don't really read it, but I notice how often these videos are popping up for, I'm going to sing you a song, blah, 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 in this thumb, right? It's just like, oh, you're making your life so much harder by having your thumb way up here. If your thumb will be here, this is a very convenient and lovely fretboard. It does not need to be manhandled. It does not need this sort of kind of thing going on. If you're playing an electric guitar in a pop band, I can see a reason to have your thumb up here. Outside of that, I don't see any excuse to ever see your thumb. And this is where your thumb goes. You're quite capable of handling these strings, and if your thumb is in proper position, you get perfect rounded fingers for attacking your chords. You're going to be so much better, so much faster, so much more beautiful, so much more precise. All of that stuff is solved by a good thumb position. And when I see this, I almost guarantee you that person started off on guitar and had the neighborhood guitar teacher never told them not to do that with their thumb, because the neighborhood guitar teacher doesn't know, whoever taught that person didn't know what to do with their thumb. So it's my little rant about your thumb. If your thumb is back here and you would never consider having it up here, you and I are friends. We're pals. All right. God rest ye merry gentlemen. This is one that's kind of fun to get a little groove on, right? God rest ye merry gentlemen. Let's play. Chords first, please. 1, 2, 3. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we had gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Let's do it again. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save our soul from Satan's power when he had gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. That's fun, right? So that's 2 beats per measure, right? Just thunk, 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 thunk. And you get away with that clear up until measure 9, when all of a sudden you got to be working hard. Da 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 da, right? And so that's super fun. That lets you know, hey, how are my chords coming? Am I the ukulele player that I thought I was? And the way to make sure that you are is play chords quickly. And hum if you hate singing, right? Right, and do some of that stuff too. You see a lot of singers and a lot of people goofing on ukulele that play that way. It's fun and it's fine. When you have, that's when, you know how I talk about on when you're playing fingerstyle or instrumental ukulele or whatever we want to call this, we'll call it those decorative notes. And so measure 4, when you get to measure 4, you're going to be plugging bum, 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 bum. And those that 2 and 2 are just there for decorative notes. You'll see a lot of players, and it's kind of fun to do, is put in some heavy duty strumming in there in those long notes just to fill up the space. You know, if you're coming in, God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day. Right, and put some sort of goofy thing in there. You'll see a lot of players do that, especially professionals will do that a lot because it's sort of great, so it makes it exciting or whatever. And I've never felt like I do that when I'm goofing, but I don't really do that for real. And but for some of you, you know, goofing and for real are the same thing, and so that's a great opportunity for you, paying, you know, as a singer and as somebody who's just playing chords. To add in a whole lot of energy. If you're playing in an ensemble situation where you have ukulele players, you might discuss whether that might be something you as the baritone player wanted to throw in there. You could kind of blow, if you're doing a nice classical arrangement, blah, 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 and then you go, ba da ba. You will probably not get that many friends, but it's something to think about, right? There's your chords. Let's play the melody. Okay, and I'm looking at, I got ones, threes, and fives. It's my nightmare scenario. That's the problem with D minor, is you're going to be pinky, ring, and index, right? And you got to be all stretched out. It's just what we have to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3. 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 5, 3, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 6, 5, 5, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 3, 3, 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 5, 3, 1, 0, 3. Let's play it again.